You're about to embark on a life-affirming journey into the new age of holistic health. I'm Alexa Ryan, nutritionist, neurotherapist, and expert in all things natural. As a wellness practitioner, I love discovering all the techniques, remedies, and experiences that the holistic world of health has to offer. From ancient practices to the more novel and offbeat, I invite you to join me on a healing journey and retreat yourself. Today we're going on a retreat at Solidarity Farm. Now behind me, it looks like your usual farm with lettuce, broccoli, and all the things we'd normally shop for at a farmer's market. But we're here today to see the unusual, the unknown. Weeds. Pesky, nuisance weeds that most of us judge and probably pick out of our own garden. But here they celebrate them. They elevate them for their medicinal, for their health and wellness properties. So we're gonna meet with my friend Shayna today. She's a botanist and herbalist, and she's going to show us kind of the ins and outs of what these herbs and weeds mean and how we can benefit from them. And we're gonna turn them into something amazing and delicious that you can use too. So if you're ready to see the unexpected, let's go.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. We're excited to be here.
I am so happy to have you join me on one of my favorite farms. How was your drive?
It was good. It was easy.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's so beautiful. So we're walking and chatting weeds today. Yeah.
Ah, my favorite thing to talk about.
Cool. I'm so excited. So what do we have? I mean, to me, I'm no expert in farming, but it looks like a traditional farm.
That it does. That it does. Everything is planted in rows, but the difference here is that this is an organic farm.
Okay.
And so you see weeds popping up around the planted plants. And in a conventional farm, all of those weeds would be sprayed with poison and gotten rid of very quickly.
Now, why is that? Why is an organic farm open to leaving the weeds intact and not treating them like a nuisance like we all do everywhere else?
It's more that they don't want to be spraying the pesticides and that residual on what they want to sell. Not so much that they don't want the weeds here or that they're okay with it. It's more that they want to make sure that all of the energy of the earth is going to the plants that they plant and not to the weeds, because they're competing.
Okay. And in some aspects, this is regenerative farming, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can we talk a little bit about some of the specific weeds you see?
I would love to.
So what's happening here?
Well, if we look at this one right here, this is a weedy mustard.
Cool.
And if we look at the flowers of this weedy mustard, it actually looks very similar to the flowers of the mustard plants that have already bolted.
But different.
But they are different.
Okay.
These were actually planted for mesclun greens to be able to take little baby leaves, whereas this one was not planted. Now, one of the interesting things about this is your weedy invasive plants are going to move into an area because there's a lot of water here, right? There's a lot of nutrition here. So they move in, but the difference between wild plants and domesticated plants is that the wild plants are going to go to flower sooner.
Okay.
Which means they're going to draw in the pests that like mustard-based plants.
Okay.
And unfortunately, what that means is then the pests come and they see this with the flowers, but then they notice the other more succulent leaves.
Yeah.
So it's in an organic farmer's best interest to get rid of these, even though they don't want to spray them with pesticide.
Right.
They want to get rid of them because that will actually help to reduce the amount of insect damage on their cultivated plants.
Okay, that makes sense. But in our purpose today, removing it and using it for other health benefits because they are so nutrient dense, that really works out, right? It's a win-win?
It's a win-win.
Cool.
Exactly.
I
My
love
favorite kind of relationship.
Other than mustard, I'm assuming, from what I can see as my eye is learning about what looks like a weed and what doesn't, I'm assuming there's a lot more for us to adventure on.
A lot more.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Should we? All right.
I grew up a nature girl.
Okay.
I love nature, love climbing trees, love camping. And then I moved to Oregon and everything changed when I took my first class and I started meeting friends that were using herbs to heal themselves. Whole new world.
Amazing.
They learn to have botanical eyes and the world just opens up. And that's where the passion for me came from.
I love that, botanical eyes, to see things in that way.
Yeah.
Which is exciting for me because I want to learn more about it. These remedies you've talked about, right? I've had a sore throat or a sinus infection or something. I always lean towards the herbal and natural remedy.
Right.
But I'm sourcing them from a health food store or something like that, which there's nothing wrong with. But to be able to go directly to the source and learn about this and be able to identify it and recognize it, I think that's so cool.
It's so empowering.
Yes.
I mean, that's really the biggest crux.
So
the
true.
empowerment. And this is one of my absolutely favorite weeds. This is called cheeseweed,
Cheeseweed.
which is a
okay.
funny name. Its scientific name is called malva, which is very pretty. But it's cheeseweed because if you look at these little seed pods that are right along the stem,
Yeah.
it looks like a little wheel of cheese.
Oh, it does.
And it is completely edible.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna.
You
give
can
one a
pickle
try.
them. You can toss them into salads or stir fries. You just pull the little covering off.
Okay.
and It's just like crunchy.
Oh, it's so good.
It doesn't really have too much of a flavor.
No, but it's earthy but subtle.
Right,
It's really good.
It takes really well to pickling. So you can eat those. And then the leaves are absolutely beautiful. They have what are called a palmately vein. So
Okay.
if you turn it around, you can see the veins on the back side. They look like the palm of your hand,
It
the way the
does.
bones come out. Now this leaf is rich in a compound called mucilage. And that's the cool thing, is that this is both an edible plant, like every part of the plant can be used,
Okay.
but it also has medicine. The medicine of this part is called mucilage. And mucilage is a water-loving fiber. You know, we hear about fiber and how good it is for our digestion.
Yeah.
Well, water-loving fiber it actually attracts water to it. And then when you eat it, everywhere that it touches, it's depositing a little bit of this slimy mucilage.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful for like a dry sore throat or heartburn. You could infuse it into water and use it on a sunburn like aloe.
And I would imagine high fiber digestion aid as well.
Absolutely.
Because so many people aren't getting enough fiber in their diet anyway.
And then you have the slimy component, actually helps with elimination.
Totally.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of
really,
sense.
really helpful.
That's so cool.
It is such a wonderful plant. It is edible, it's medicinal, and it grows like a weed, and it's just really easy to work with.
In other conversations we've had, beyond the benefits that the weeds, the herbs bring to us, talk about the benefits of just doing what we're doing right now. Like we're here in this beautiful space that
Yeah.
is not something that we get to do all the time.
Right. At least not most of us.
No.
I've
You
chosen.
do.
Yeah, exactly. This is medicine. What we're doing right now,
Yes.
we are actually having a medicinal impact on our nervous systems and on our endocrine systems, our hormonal balance. That's such a catchphrase now. I'm hormonally imbalanced.
Sure.
But a big part of hormonal balance is actually being connected to the rhythms of life,
Yeah.
to the microbiome of the earth. And so the act of getting people to come out of their comfort zones, which interestingly enough can be hurting us, and being able to change the perspective from I'm looking out at nature to I am part of nature.
Oh yeah.
And that in itself is incredibly medicinal. And even just being here, and even though we don't have any sun, we have light on our face.
Yes.
And that light is actually affecting our physiology.
Well, and the air moving.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And hearing the birds, like all of that is actually impacting our physiology. It's
Cool.
all medicine.
It is medicine.
Really what we're trying to do is remind people that connection is the essence of life.
Yeah. And enriching your life and those around you through that knowledge, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Solidarity Farm was created because we really had this fundamental belief that our food system needed to shift, and that we wanted to be a part of that shift in a way that, you know, wasn't abstract, but was really about getting our hands in the earth. And so for the last 10 years, we've been learning, we've been growing, and more recently we've been trying to share what we have learned with a broader community.
So in the aspect of regenerative farming, organic farming, these are all things that I think are buzzwords, and people don't know the actual application of, one, how difficult it is to potentially operate a farm like that, right? And then what that means just for the earth and for us eating the food that comes from a farm like that. So can you kind of dive a little deeper into those two aspects, I guess, and what you do here?
Sure. Yeah, you know, I think humans don't really connect to the idea that, you know, a lot of environmental destruction comes from a belief that we can harvest our food from the earth in a way that doesn't, that doesn't have to be a part of the ecosystem, right? We've kind of just started to, we look at our food system as if it's not an environmental, part of an environmental community.
Sure.
And I feel like that separation is really confounding.
Yeah.
And that, the idea of a regenerative farm or a regenerative ecosystem is one that recognizes that, you can't over-harvest, you can't overtake from Mother Earth, that it has to be a reciprocal relationship based on stewardship.
Yeah.
And the idea that humans actually don't have to be extractors or we don't have to be in a relationship of harm with the earth, that we can really, if we're truly honoring, the process of learning and engaging with these beautiful plants, that we can actually help them and create a strong, thriving community on the land that we live.
And so kind of breaking that boundary that I think has existed for a long time, and that it has to be two separate things. Like the food comes from somewhere and we're not connected to it. I don't need to know why it does what it does, and we're just going to eat what's available. And I think kind of wiping that clear and bringing everyone together to have that conversation and be out here and experience it firsthand is going to be a big change. Okay, so I think we have another friendly weed over here.
Absolutely. This beautiful specimen of weediness, this is called yellow dock, also called Rumex crispus.
Okay.
And so much to say about this plant. Okay, so we have this beautiful leaf here.
It is beautiful.
So this is Rumex crispus, and one of the real ways to tell it is, first of all, if you compare it to the other leaf that we had, this has a pinnate vein, so that's nice and long and straight with little veins coming off of it. But the real beauty of this is this wavy margin. It's just such a beautiful aspect of this leaf, and a lot of leaves don't have that wavy margin. So this is the edible part. The medicinal part is the root.
Oh, okay.
This is known as yellow dock. The root is yellow.
How cool.
In the herbal world, when things are yellow, they generally often mean that they are affecting the liver. So this is no different with this plant. The root is historically used as a blood cleanser.
Okay.
But of course we know, like, there's not dirt in the blood.
Right.
And so a blood cleanser in today's terms is a liver and kidney tonic.
Right, so detoxification.
Exactly.
Kind of ridding the body of toxins and that nature.
So it's encouraging the liver to do that.
Yeah.
And the liver is detoxifying the things that are water soluble, which then get sent to the kidneys to be eliminated. So it's helping with both detoxification and elimination, which is pretty awesome. It's taking on a pretty big role.
Yeah, and that's important for the body. A lot of people don't think that detoxification is important because we have a liver and because we have a kidney, or two kidneys, should I say?
Right.
But because of the liver and the kidneys, they are doing the detoxification work for you. However, they themselves need help purging and eliminating what they have collected.
Yeah.
And I think that's super important to touch on.
I think a lot of people we're aware that we have these organs that take care of us, but we don't think about that fact that we live in a toxic world, and we need to actually support those organs as well.
Exactly.
Otherwise they can't keep up. There's a lot going on with pollution and things that we're taking in all the time, and so things like this they're helpers.
Tempted me with a pesto a few times today, and I thought, why don't we just make that happen, right?
Why not just make the pesto happen when we're surrounded by this beautiful plant? Isn't it so pretty?
So pretty. So I'm very excited.
And this is actually a perfect plant to be able to harvest. And I have a bowl.
All right.
And this is the beginning of our pesto making. This plant right here.
Okay.
It's almost hard not to step on it, right?
I'm assuming it's this pretty round leaf here.
Isn't it so beautiful?
No, this is miner's lettuce, no?
That's correct.
Okay, yay, I'm learning.
This is actually known as the iceberg lettuce of the wild food foraging world.
Oh, how cool.
Specifically because there's no bitterness, there's no astringency. Most people that pick it and eat it are going to enjoy it.
Nice.
And the entire thing is edible. It's really easy to identify.
It's beautiful.
As you noticed, it just like stands out.
And I was going to ask, when you typically are foraging for something like this, do you keep the stem? Is it good to pull the entire piece or just the top? What do you normally recommend?
The entire thing is edible, so
Okay.
you can absolutely keep the stem. However, if we are going to be making pesto, a long stem will wrap around the blade of the food processor, so we can use it, but we just need to cut it into smaller pieces.
Okay.
But honestly, most of the time, I just like...
So what else in this pesto, other than the miner's lettuce and some of the other things we found, could we use in the mix?
Right here in front of
Okay,
us,
I
we
love
have
it.
some of our rock stars of the weedy plant world. Let's start with this little tiny beautiful flower. This is called chickweed
Okay.
because chickens love to eat it.
Is that really why it's named that?
Absolutely. One of the cool identifying factors of this is its flower. It looks like it has 10 petals, but they're actually 5 V-shaped
Oh, wow.
petals
I'm gonna get a little closer actually so I can see that.
because they are really, really
pretty.
beautiful. And the entire thing is edible and actually medicinal, but it also has a really stringy stem, just like the miner's lettuce, so we want to break those stems.
Okay.
This is nutritious diuretics. So once again, very mineral rich, and mineral rich plants are often diuretics, encourage you to urinate.
Yes.
But this also has some anti-itch qualities. It has a cooling energetic, so sometimes people will use chickweed on like a topical irritated skin issue, like a bug bite or a
I was
nettle
just about to say
sting.
its friend right here.
Exactly, and often we hear that old adage that when there is some type of toxin in the environment, there is an antidote, and this would be a perfect
Look at that.
example. You have stinging nettle right there. You have chickweed that is cooling to inflammation right next to it.
How cool. I love that.
Yeah. So this is stinging nettle.
Okay.
I like to say this is the most gentle stinging nettle that you will ever meet.
Okay.
We have some native nettles that grow here in Southern California that grow 8 to 12 feet tall, and the sting causes like pins and needles for 48 to 72 hours. Like it can be really, really irritating. It doesn't do any long-term damage, but it can be really irritating. Actually, some people even use it for what's called urtication therapy,
Oh, okay.
which is where you actually slap a cold, irritated, like an arthritic joint,
Oh.
and you're encouraging more blood flow and break up the inflammation.
I like that.
But this one is so gentle. Like, yes, it is still stinging, but those stinging hairs are they're pretty concentrated on the stem. And
They
even
are.
like now, I'm not really feeling them. So if you're just careful, you can just pluck the whole thing, and then we can actually put this whole top into the pesto.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then eating it, do we have any stinging effect when you eat it or no?
If I were to just take this and put it in my mouth, it might sting my tongue. I have had that happen. It's not enjoyable.
Okay.
But I can actually take this, and there are stingers on here. They're very, very small. Do you see them right there? Mm-hmm. So you can actually fold this and fold and fold and fold. And then you just really twist it up.
Yeah.
And I can go ahead and just eat this with no problem.
Oh, like a pro. Because where I'm familiar with nettle is typically in like a tea, right? To kind of dry up sinuses, or if
Yep.
you have some sort of like congestion or excess
Absolutely.
Fluid or mucus, it's really beneficial for that. But
Absolutely.
Again, to see it in its nature or natural habitat, and that it is actually, you know, a little bit of an aggressor. It likes to fight back.
It
So
does. It
It's
does.
pretty cool that they grow together,
Right.
both the cooling kind of antidote and that.
And this is also a ridiculously nutrient-dense plant. One of the most mineral-rich plants on the planet,
Wow.
actually.
So we just foraged all these beautiful weeds. Now we're turning them into pesto.
Into weedy pesto.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so what do we do first?
First things first, we put our fresh garlic and our nuts. In this
Okay.
case, we have pine nuts. You can choose any nut, but traditionally it is pine nuts. And we
right.
put them into our food
Toss
processor.
them in.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably maybe like a third of those nuts.
Okay. I'm gonna use my little spoon here and give me an eyeball when you think I've
There's good.
good.
Yep.
All right.
While I'm putting in the weeds, if you want to go ahead and press the
Oh,
lemons,
for sure. Yeah.
cut them in half. And so once we get the weeds in, we can start squeezing in the
Okay.
lemons, and the oil actually is going to be needed to help it really move.
Okay.
So,
Got that on deck whenever you're ready for it.
okay, so I'll go ahead and get this going.
Okay.
This is just all the different weeds that we harvested.
Perfect. And so we're not just making food, we're making nutrient dense food. which is
Absolutely.
like we've talked about today. It's so important because so many things that we are eating don't have the nutritional value that these weeds do.
Right? In this bowl, we have miner's lettuce, we have stinging nettle, we have chickweed, we have some little arugula flower buds that I grabbed.
Nice.
We have, a little bit of the mustard and the cheeseweed leaves.
Perfect.
Yeah, so a little bit of everything. One thing to be aware is that a lot of people will say, oh, but pesto's made with basil.
Yeah.
But the word pesto literally means to grind.
Right.
So,
like a pestrol.
right?
Right.
So at this point, we want to go ahead and before I add more weeds, we'll add a little bit of that in. Once I turn it on.
Give me a
Yeah, you just
cue
go.
in.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. That's good right there.
Okay.
We'll do that a couple more times. We can also go ahead and start squeezing in our
All right.
lemons. And actually, one of my favorite things is to just drop the whole thing in there.
Can I?
Uh-huh.
All right. Boom.
Because there's actually a ton of nutrition in the peel of
There
the lemon.
is, yeah. Especially like the white pithy part here
Right?
that a lot of people take off of citrus.
Exactly.
It's very nutrient dense. I'll give a little more zest
Oh,
in
yeah.
here.
And yeah, all that zest goes in, which is so flavor packed. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, there's the nettle.
Did it get you?
Just a little. Oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing.
I'm excited.
This actually looks ridiculously creamy.
It does.
That's really exciting. Always have to do a little taste test
Yes,
for
definitely.
salt. There you
Oh,
go.
thank you.
Make sure that our salt is good.
What do you think?
Ooh, it's lemony.
It is lemony.
I love it.
I like lemon though. Yum. So
Here's a clean spoon.
perfect. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna take a little guy here. I'm gonna go heaping on this one. Really get involved here. Look at that. That's nice. Get yourself one so we can cheers. We need to do this together. I want to experience our forage.
Oh, looks like we have a couple little pine nuts still good, which is perfect. I love
Nice.
that.
A little crunch. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
We're gonna have green teeth. But it's good.
But I'll do a happy dance.
If you don't dance when you eat, something wrong. I hope you've enjoyed our journey into the wonderful world of weeds and herbs. I know how much I learned today. Even as a nutritionist and a wellness practitioner, there were things I didn't even know were possible when it came to foraging herbs, weeds, and making them into something we could eat that's nutritious. I have a huge thank you to give to Ellie and Shayna for being our guides and our tour today. It was absolutely incredible, and I'm very lucky to have been here and to have shared this with you. I hope you'll join us next time. I'm Alexa Ryan, and this is Retreat Yourself.